Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a story about how one tiny shift in your thinking can seriously change your entire life. We're going to follow a boy named Arjun to uncover a secret about building good habits that has absolutely nothing to do with willpower. Let's get into it.
And hey, just a quick heads up before we jump in. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, hitting that like button and subscribing really helps us make more of them. We totally appreciate the support.
So let's start with the feeling we all know, that promise you make to yourself at night, okay, tomorrow's the day, only to wake up and find that, well, tomorrow never really shows up, does it? This is exactly where our story begins.
In this beautiful, peaceful little village, we meet Arjun. And while everything around him looks calm, inside, it's a totally different story. See, he has these huge dreams for his future, but what he does every day is pulling him in the exact opposite direction. And this is what his day-to-day looks like. I mean, hours just evaporate into the glow of his phone screen, while the books that are supposed to be his future just sit there collecting dust. It's not that he doesn't want to reach his goals, it's just that the easy, instant hit of distraction is just so much stronger. And every single night, it's the same story. He whispers it to himself, tomorrow. It's full of hope, but it's also full of regret, And we've all been there. That promise just kind of melts away with the morning sun, and you're left in that painful loop of feeling like you can't even get started. So one evening, feeling completely lost, Arjun just starts walking. He ends up on a hill overlooking the village, right as the sun is setting. And there, he meets a wise old teacher. This one conversation, it's about to change absolutely everything for him. Arjun finally just says it out loud, all of his frustration. And it's a feeling I think so many of us know all too well, right? That you're in this constant fight with yourself, and it feels like the bad habits, the easy habits, always come out on top. And this right here is the turning point. The teacher gives him this piece of advice that's so simple, but so powerful. He says, it's not about trying harder. It's not about more discipline. The secret is to stop fighting and start designing your good habits to be something you actually want to do, to make them attractive. So how on earth do you make a habit like studying attractive? Well, Arjun realizes it's not about forcing himself to suffer through it. No, it's about changing everything around the habit itself. He decides, okay, I'm done fighting. It's time to start designing. I mean, just look at this contrast. It's incredible. On the left, that's the old way. Studying feels like a punishment in some boring, stuffy room. But look at the right. He completely redesigned the experience. He studies outside in a peaceful spot, puts on some soft music, and get this, he starts with his favorite subject. All of a sudden, it's not a chore anymore. It's a ritual, something almost enjoyable. But, it's not always that easy. Arjun hits another roadblock. His old friends kind of make fun of him for studying, and he feels himself getting pulled back into his old ways. So he goes back to the teacher, who gives him the next piece of the puzzle. Our habits aren't just shaped by our physical space, they're shaped by the people we're with. So Arjun makes a really brave move. He finds his people, he joins a study group, and just like that, what used to be this lonely, miserable task becomes a shared journey. Now the habit is even more attractive because it's tied to friendship, to community, to belonging. Okay, so Arjun is making real progress, right? But there's this one last hurdle, one habit that just won't let go. His phone. Anytime he feels stressed or a little lonely, he's right back to scrolling. And this is what leads him to the deepest discovery of all, the real reason behind the habit. He finally asks himself the one truly honest question. Not, how do I stop using my phone? But why do I start? This is a huge shift, moving from the behavior to the trigger. It's a question we could all probably ask ourselves about our own stubborn habits. And the answer is so profound. It was never about being lazy. It was about escape. Scrolling on his phone was just a way to numb the stress, to avoid that fear of maybe not being good enough. The bad habit wasn't the real problem. It was just a clumsy solution to a real emotional need. Once he knew that, he could design better solutions. So now, instead of escaping into his phone, he has healthier ways to deal with those same feelings. When he feels stressed, he takes a walk. When he feels lonely, he talks to a friend. When he's anxious, he writes it down. The old habit, it just isn't necessary anymore. So, months go by,
The sun rises over that same village, but now it's shining on a completely different Arjun. He wakes up early, he actually enjoys his study time, and he's surrounded by friends who get it. His good habits aren't a struggle anymore, they're just who he is now.
And this is it. This is the big takeaway from his whole journey. Real, lasting change doesn't come from forcing yourself, from more grit and grind. It comes from intelligent design. It comes from creating an environment where doing the right thing is also the easiest, most natural thing.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, it really just boils down to these 4 steps. 1, stop fighting your habits. 2, design them from the ground up. 3, make them beautiful. Make the experience itself enjoyable. And 4, make them irresistible by adding things like friends and community. Turn that chore into a joy.
And this is the thought I really want to leave you with. Every small, well-designed choice you make today isn't just an action, it's a vote. It's a vote for the type of person you want to become. The person you will be tomorrow is literally being built by the beautiful habits you choose to design today.
Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer. If Arjun's story resonated with you at all, be sure to subscribe for more stories that can help you shape your world. We'll see you next time.